UNILAD, and then map 4 Valkyrie, it's sort of the flip-flop. I think it's 2-1 for UNILAD and 0-2 for Mindfreak, so you definitely have some maps that you favor both of these teams.
And you see at the bottom of the screen, Anaheim right around the corner. We're heading to Southern California next week for one of the most iconic events of the year. And remember, you know, seeding and everything for that tournament, it wraps up this week, depending on how these matches go. So UNILAD still fighting in that top 4 spot. We'll see if they can continue to hold on. We will be showing the pools, I believe, at the end of the night for Anaheim, so we'll highlight those for you guys before the broadcast is done. But let's get right into it. UNILAD, Mindfreak, Game 1 on board with Zed, who's dealing with some pressure here at Pet Center.
Yeah, and Mindfreak's one of those teams, I believe it's them and Red Reserve, there's 2 teams I believe JP talked about who really runs a 3 SMG setup at times on Gibraltar. Mindfreak is one of them. Obviously, Dens right now has that bar off the start, but Buzzo, he'll probably be that STG. But Dens, it looks like he's going to stick with the bar, so maybe they switch up this meta just due to the meta of the game right now. But they're a team that like to play with a lot of aggression. Dens able to find a couple, Fighter able to find one as well. But Shawnee, the last player alive right now, and you can see he's being hunted down by Shocks. Great job by Mindfreak to get that time, but also win that rotation to that second hill.
It'll be a minor lead for UNILAD heading into the next hard point, but as you mentioned, Mindfreak's setup is
Fighter's got to hold that. He's got to hold that spawn. That's a mistake right there.
Spawn's a split second early, so won't spawn it new. It could work out and maybe get a little bit of luck here if he gets in behind a couple of players. They're not going to expect it, so Wuskin's going to get picked from Fido, who spawns out. Then Wuskin spawns all the way out at the 3rd hard point. So still holding is Mindfreak, but the pressure's starting to build a little bit for UNILAD. We'll see what Dins can do here.
You have Alex all the way in the back. He's going to find 1 kill, and this will allow his teammates to go on in. There we go. There's Zed. Zed able to find another one. Alex finds him, and UNILAD break on in there. And I know obviously Fighter gets back, but I feel like due to Fighter spawning out, Mindfreak doesn't get the hold that they want. And Shawnee, he's able to find 3. Can't find the 4th as Dens is able to clean him up. But you saw Buzzo, he wasn't on the hill. He had a peak ladder room. They didn't have the setup they wanted that allows UNILAD to break on in. Great job from them.
Mindfreak with a bit of a lead here, but they're going to have to break into the next hard point. I want to hear the comms. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listening with Mindfreak.
I see Heady on bottom right.
I'm just gonna juggle pick God, yeah. Oh, one's God.
Sparrow.
Hold it.
You got me God. He's not looking at you. You might be able to poke.
He's still God. I'm gonna nade him.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh, yeah, he ran off. I got nade.
Speaking dead. God. I've got a smoke on. I've got a smoke now.
Okay. God, wait.
Smoke off darts.
Yeah, nothing fair.
Oh, one is fan. Wait, that's you. I'm watching you right side.
I need front you.
I got you right side.
Ali, one shot.
Fan, wait.
One shot, absolutely.
Push.
Team killed, I think. Looking your dick.
Fan's still weak. I'm one shot.
I'm just aiming over you. Can't see. One starts.
Let's try contest.
I don't see
He's on the green truck, absolute. He's just playing around.
What do you like outside bottom cave?
Okay. I'm just stunning middle. I'm stunning middle.
Top cave. They're good.
I'm going ladder.
You can give him mid control if you want.
Go ladder.
Hey, there's 2 middle, 3 middle.
You come there.
I can't see top cave.
I ran.
Yeah, one train.
Tell him what you mid steps.
Wait, one stun cave.
Okay. Alright, I'll play hill Lincoln, yeah?
Yeah, stun this guy middle.
Alright, can they get to our mid steps?
Another one. He's in MG. He's in MG.
I got your cave, yeah.
Wait, one's bottom. Alright, one's gonna be...
One more MJ dead.
Nice. One's bottom cave.
You want me to help or am I watching flank?
I've got middle.
I'm watching top cave. Go
help hill.
They smoke.
I'm just nading the smoke. I nade the smoke. They nade me. I tagged them in the smoke.
I think they're all cave boys. All cave.
Top wait. One out. Absolutely. Tag. Coils behind coils.
I naded it.
He's still top.
He was tagged. Shawnee weak. Shawnee dead.
Nice.
I'll pick up your middle. You can go help.
You can probably play middle, you guys.
Yeah, I'll play middle.
I got naded. One's on me.
Come on, help.
There's two total.
Yeah, I got him.
I got top right and bottom right, yeah?
I just play ladder. Mitch, and hold that shit.
Hey, one bottom right.
Yeah, I can get bottom right.
Tagged.
Bottom right dead.
Can they push old Mitch? No, I've got it.
Still a very tight game here. UNILAD up 15. But it's going to be top mid control now for Mindfreak. But overall, the listening, any big takeaways for you from Mindfreak?
I just like how calm they were. I think we go to a lot of teams, and just very frantic, making the same call out 3 to 4 times in a row. And I feel like that just sort of floods it, right? It floods the chat. It makes things very chaotic when it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be chaotic, and I think you saw a perfect example of what good, calm comms can be for Mindfreak. They were able to lock down turrets. They tried breaking into Castle Road. I thought UNILAD did a very good job of holding that for a good amount of time, but yeah, Mindfreak overall so far so good. Every player positive for them right now. Their slings there. I was just taking a look at the hardpoint KDs for Mindfreak. Really, the one player that's been struggling on the side of Mindfreak has been Fida. If he's able to turn around, they're going to be so tough to beat in that game mode.
Well, we'll see what Fida can continue to do, but we heard the comps from Mindfreak. I want to see what UNILAD can do. They're in the top 4. They're 4-2. They've been playing phenomenal. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listening with UNILAD.
Let's go.
Come left, watch your goal.
I'm blocking those barrels.
I'm with you, Sean. I'm going to low left.
I'll stand, I'm watching my goal.
I'm low left as well.
Pushing it in.
I didn't turn anything low left.
I think goal.
One bullet. I see him in the back.
I see ladder. Ladder's not peeking.
I'm in jail now, I'm in jail.
Wait for you guys. I'm in gold.
All the way back, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back.
I'm out, top blue.
Hill dead.
Rock. Peek in the back.
Nade hill.
Don't kill him.
He's not peeking.
And he's spawning in. Spawned out.
We can hill.
Never mind. Fire one shot, back stairs, back left.
Come on, break.
Nice shot. Push his out. Nice, good fucking shot. Go. I'm one shot.
Sorry,
Where they spawning?
Need your goal.
You get a time, Alex.
One shot. He's pushing the hill, he's weak. Front hill. I'm pushing him in,
Den's one shot now. He's on streaks. He's gone gold.
I push out top window, I'm spawned out here.
Middle.
I spawned out.
Look at mid.
Tell me where you're front.
They know I spawned out. I'm peeking all up.
Come above you.
I'm in front now, slow though.
Have you got it?
Yeah, 2 seconds. Let's see 2 seconds.
Holding cave.
I have it now, one front. Both one shot front. Front there.
I can't see mid.
Don't know where he went. He made a push already.
Jock's still top mid then.
I'm roaming mid here. We need to find mid.
Top cubby.
I'm roaming Socko.
Watch mid, Alex.
Top cubby then. Last week is over.
Den's still alive. Den's still alive. Nice.
Front.
He's still front. He couldn't push up.
No, mid Socko.
Where's Den's?
Last one back. I don't think we are, bro. He was on order.
Stay down. Watch your top cubby, Alex.
I'm gambling cave. I need your front. I want your window.
Front one shot. He's gone to the left.
One shot.
I've got one front.
Hill dead.
I'm absolutely here. I can't move, bro.
Buzzer was in cubby.
I'm stunned.
You're playing the green, I think. Yeah, you're playing.
He is, mine green, dead.
Pushing it.
Nice. Go, Sean, go.
Bridge.
Cubby. One cubby.
Puzzle, man.
Any big differences for you, Joe, between the two listenings?
I think they just repeated a lot. You just heard it right there. Cubby. Let's just say Cubby. Like, yeah, we get it. He's in Cubby. But I thought it was pretty solid from UNILAD. I mean, once again, I think a big communicator for them, which I'm surprised by, is Shawnee. Weskin is very quiet. Kind of only needs to talk when he needs to. I mean, only talks when he needs to. You know, he plays a very slow AR role. On the side of UNILAD, you saw a great break, really, from the duo of Alex and Zed. They've really been a pleasure to watch so far this week. And, I mean, pretty back and forth game. Mindfreak, I think it did a much better job at Castle Road just getting in, just being a nuisance. But we're going to go down to turret now, a 10-point game. You have streaks now on Weskin. He's on a 6-3.
Weskin had maybe the best series of his life yesterday. He's in the Astro MVP talk just based on that performance. It was incredible. And he had maybe a bit of a slow start to this particular map, but he's really begun to pick it up. And now the streaks to work with, and now a lead back to UNILAD. Another guy that really turned it around was Shawnee. You saw what he was doing around mid-map during a couple of rotations there. I know he's -1, but a lot of key kills that have earned UNILAD a lot of time and taken the pressure off their players near the objective.
Yeah, I think Shawnee's kind of like the X factor for this team. If he's playing extremely well, or even like what he's doing right now, I think this team just has such a solid squad of 4 players. We've seen all 4 of them, and he's able to find 2. He flanks all the way through cave. All 4 of them have their moments. Now a 33-point lead for UNILAD. Shawnee trying to find Dens.
And if he doesn't make that play, how many times have we seen the team, when they have control, you know, kind of Castle Road side of the map, just struggle so bad to get back to pit center, and then it hurts them at pit center. It hurts them getting to the courtyard hard point as well. So Shawnee made a big play, but unfortunately, they are going to spawn back out on that side, but that's where streaks really help you. Weskin's able to hold, also pick up 3 kills to give a little freedom to his teammates on the map. He's also set up for next, and UNILAD starting to run away with this one, now hitting the 2:15 mark. Yeah, they're just playing like correctly right now. They're playing very good hardpoint. It's Alex, he finds 3. You flip this spawns right now. There's 20 seconds left. If they're able to hold this, they'll just be 8 seconds away from winning this game. And Zed, once again, you're just seeing sort of the combo of every one of these players. They can all step up when they need to. And I mean, it's like I said, I mean, it's been so fun to watch these guys throughout this week. Dens, though, he's trying to answer back. But as we talked about, UNILAD has
have the side of the map they want. How will Mindfreak try to break this one? They don't have a lot of time. They have to execute on this first push.
And you still have the streaks on Wuskin if it gets scary here with the pressure. There is a pick there as they push in through turret room 2, going to spawn out cave and try to get in on the action. UNILAD only need 10 points. They've got to get there, and they've got to get there quickly. Wuskin still just holding. The streaks haven't been able to, or need to use yet. There's the clear. There's the spawn out. There's the map 1 victory for UNILAD.
And I think Wuskin right there, I mean, he was +7, but everyone else on the team was negative, right? I mean,
Slang was very close. It was
very close. I think Wuskin was the reason why it probably flips a couple of kills the way of UNILAD. But a great overall game. You thought Mindfreak, they had a great lead, and then once you saw that fighter pod come in, the game just flipped. And
that was another, you know, the Bronze Star there, an example of Shawnee coming up with big kills. That 3-piece spawned all of them at Old and set them up for that Castle Road, in which they got a full 60 right after that. So a lot of big moments. And who was it? It was, I think, Alex that had, or Alex or Zed, one of them had almost 2 minutes in the hard point running a sub, so a lot of objective time there as well, and UNILAD continued to look strong.
And again, if you're a Mindfreak fan, this is scary because UNILAD were 0-2 coming into this map, right? Like, this must have been a Mindfreak map choice, you know, depending on the vetoes. You could choose to veto search or veto hardpoint, and it seems like UNILAD wanted to lean the way of search and destroy, so map 1 must have been Mindfreak's choice, and you had to capitalize on there, I feel like.
Yeah, and Mindfreak's been doing a decent job of taking those map 1s
yes.
and, you know, kind of making it an extended series. But now you're going up against who's the favorite, UNILAD. They've already got 1 map on the board. It's only going to get harder from here, especially knowing the CTF woes that Mindfreak have experienced so far in Division B. But it's not done yet. No. If we know anything about Mindfreak, they usually push long series. They play people tough. So I don't think this is going to be a 3-0, but UNILAD might be capable of it. Now, we talked a lot about Wuskin, how good he was yesterday. He is being a superstar in this division. He did talk to Jess before this. Let's hear his thoughts.
Thanks, Maven. Yeah, I did talk to Wuskin, and the great thing about him is it's so hard to get a read on how he's really feeling. He always has the same answer. So this time when I asked him how he's feeling going against Mindfreak, he said, well, you know, same old, same old. We're full of confidence. You can't beat confidence. Confidence is key. Now, I did pop over and talk to Shocks from Mindfreak a little bit, and he said they were feeling all right going into the series. He didn't appear to be too confident. He did say there's a lot more pressure on this game because if they lose this, they will be 2-5, and he said they're really hoping to avoid that. He said they're feeling pretty confident, but overall he didn't really appear to be so. But it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the series shakes out. So back over to the casters.
Absolutely. You think all the pressure is really on Mindfreak right now. I mean, obviously UNILAD need a victory. They want to be 5-2, but they're kind of sitting pretty. They're feeling all right, even though there's obviously teams kind of nipping at their heels, but a much more important series to Mindfreak.
I think it's both, though, because if you lose this for UNILAD, you're 4-3. There's a lot of teams 1 game behind you. You put yourself at 5-2. You are comfortable right now. At least a sort of a 2-game bump in the playoffs. And yeah, I think for Mindfreak, you know, being 2-5, they're not out of it. Obviously, we're going to have this second 2 weeks here in about a month. But yeah, it's going to be tough for them, you know, to be back in that hole. And you saw the maps there. We're going to go to St. Marie Dumont, search and destroy.
And for St. Marie, can you check out the stats real quick? Where are they sitting on this?
Yeah, so UNILAD's 2-1. You know, Mindfreak 1-0.
Okay, so solid map for both these teams, at least. I know it's not a ton of data to go off, but they have both played it, so these guys hopefully, you know, reviewing VOD overnight. And you said one team, who's 2-1?
UNILAD.
So a lot more for Mindfreak to watch. So hopefully they've done their homework. They've seen them play this 3 times. They should have a lot of information heading in, as long as they're doing their homework.
Yeah, I imagine they are. Again, they know how big this is. They want to be in the playoff hunt. It just seems like even last stage, they were just too far behind, right? Like, it just felt like they had a couple of opportunities. They weren't able to capitalize on it. I think if they win this match, they're right there in the playoff contention, playoff hunt. That second set of games, again, we thought this division was going to be clear cut, and it has flipped, right? You have Complexity, who stepped it up. UNILAD has stepped it up. LG has gone the opposite way. You have Mindfreak, who's competing. I mean, all of these teams just so back and forth. United beating Rise and Optic, but beating the, you know, losing to UNILAD.
And Complexity, yeah, it's United still makes 0 sense.
Yes.
But they did get their first 3-0, and they did handle business in the previous series. All right, let's hop in to the search and destroy. Mindfreak up on offense first, and we'll see what they have up their sleeves, and then also kind of check out the defensive setup from UNILAD. On board with Shocks to kick this off, Joe.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a B hit, but UNILAD are going to play pretty B heavy, as you can see. Shawnee, he's going to try and get in this hill, try and get in there, but he gets taken down. Nice nade by Buzzo. Typically see a lot of stickies. He has a frag grenade. Bomb right away, but 3 UNILAD players are here. Alex is able to find one. Dens follows that up, though, 3 versus 2. We know how hard of a retake this is. It's going to take some individual plays right now from UNILAD, from Weskin and Alex to get this round W.
You can see Fida pre-aimed at top red. Weskin just trying to get any vision. His teammate drops. He's able to get one headshot in, but he's so weak. The pressure comes forward. And Mindfreak able to strike first.
Well, I remember we watched UNILAD LG yesterday, and remember how annoying Shawnee was inside the site. Remember, he dodged all those nades. He played a lot of off angles. Maybe Buzzo saw that, and that's why he goes with the frag grenade to try to get some extra distance on it. He knows the route that Shawnee likes to take, and just that first blood opens up the site.
Yeah, I think Shawnee's rethinking for that next round.
Yes.
How he wants to play it. Certainly not fun being taken out 5 seconds into the round, but what can Shawnee and UNILAD now do on offense? Weskin will be rocking the STG. He'll be going top window to look over mid-street. Fida tries to get in. Fida eats some bullets, but able to stay up. Dens, I like that peek for a second to try and finish. Alex just not able to hit the shots.
Yeah, they tried just timing their nades. They let the nades blow up from the UNILAD side, and then they threw theirs. Time to time it correctly, but not able to do so as Alex is able to find Buzzo. Now a 2 versus 4, very similar situation. The difference is Fida, he's trying to work the flank a little bit. You do have Weskin towards this spawn. And, well, he might have just got some very bad timing right there. Fida, though, able to open it up. Now a 2v3. Now it's Dens' turn, but, yeah, just the setup. As soon as you get behind that tower and that bomb site, it's just so difficult to deal with.
20 seconds to work with. Fida, the last man standing, and not a whole lot he can do here. Just going to play his life, see if maybe he can nab a kill top red. Site completely controlled and bomb planted. This round is over. We'll be tied up at 1 apiece, but anything that really stood out in the early going for that round?
I mean, just both first bloods, I think, on both sides. I think that's really been the key to getting into B. Typically, if you're the defensive team and you get 1 kill, those guys just back on out, right? Like, we've seen it time and time again where those offensive players don't commit to actually hitting that site. They see their teammate, he dies, and they just back on up. So we'll have to see who will make the adjustments first, who will make that defensive stand. Yeah,
I'd actually like to start with Shawnee this time because we know he got first blooded in that opening round on defense trying to get into the B site. You mentioned how great he played there against LG. I want to see if he mixes things up or how he opts to go in this. So, and again, just going to get caught.
Yep. So good nades once again from Mindfreak to open it up.
Shawnee not having fun on defense.
Weskin trying to find that head. He is able to find it, but that was Alex now, though. A 2 versus 3. Fida and Shocks finds kills, and really, this just reminds me of sort of the beginning of the game, St. Marie.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Over and over again. They obviously made those spawn switches, so it was more difficult to do this, and it has been for a lot of teams, but so far, 3 in a row, 3 B hits, 3 Ws.
Yeah, these rounds have been so incredibly similar. Weskin just playing like Fida tried you from the opposite side of the map. Got a little bit more time to toy with. He is able to take the first gunfight and doesn't take a lot of damage. Buzzo just crouching behind the tower. Weskin now coming in, has to make the play. Spots one, challenges it, gets Dens weak, but not able to finish it. Buzzo there with the help.
Yep, nice setup right there from Mindfreak. You have Dens towards their side. Buzzo just not moving, so his character model, we've seen it time and time again where that sort of head pops when he's strafing left and right. That character model moves, and you saw he didn't try to move just so he didn't see him. So nice setup right there. So once again, the story is who will be able to defend that B site first.
Let's see if the defense of Mindfreak mixes up at all. I want to keep an eye on that if we can. I know a lot of times we watch the offense, but really it's, yeah, like you said, on the defense to try and make this play. Now it's actually going to be an A hit, so a little bit of a difference here from UNILAD. They're going to hit that A site. You see all the pressure from Mindfreak into B. They basically got a free plant. The highlighted player hasn't been peeking from the top red window. It's actually, I believe, Shocks is top red. Now he gets a little bit of vision, but the smoke is down, gets a couple hit markers in, and the grenade able to pick up Shawnee, and that's going to be bombed down.
Yeah, I liked the early round, though, from UNILAD. They try to stun that middle, sandbags where Shocks was trying to climb up, and that's just a timing where Weskin can sometimes pick him off, but not able to find him as he stays alive, and then Shocks gets that first blood. Now, how will UNILAD try to push this? And it looks like, yeah, Dens, he's going to have some pressure as UNILAD just try to push through that A site, put pressure on the side of Mindfreak. You'd see all 3 players sort of in that little cluster right now.
Yeah, they have a tiny little pocket of control. The rest of the map to Mindfreak.
Yeah, I was to say, but look at Mindfreak, right? They've already pushed the flank. They have them trapped. So as long as you know, they don't split off too hard. This should be a Mindfreak W.
And with this time, I mean, if you're UNILAD, you just have to pick something and hit it. I mean, either hit back towards A or hit through the flank. They're just trying to locate Dens. You know, Dens put some shots in from Barn. They're so worried about what his location is. You're just running out of time. There's under 20 seconds on the clock, and you haven't made a play. Now you're going to try to get back towards A, but the position is there for Mindfreak. Fida's ready to deal with this. The collapse comes in as Buzzo gets a kill. Fida answers as well. Falls apart for UNILAD. They were indecisive. Not that they had a lot of great options considering their positioning, but I feel like you had to do something maybe a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you definitely did. I mean, you had a 3 versus 2 on both sides. Maybe you try and hit that, but yeah, I mean, they stayed around stables for probably about 25 seconds.
The more times it goes on, you just watched, like, basically Mindfreak just continue to close around them. Yeah, just trap set up around him, and finally the trap gets triggered, and they are able to find the kills. Now, on defense, if we can, I do want to go to Shawnee again, just because he has been first-blooded in both of these rounds with the nades that come in from Mindfreak. Is there a change? Yes.
Yeah, he's not going there anymore. Mindfreak.
I get it. It's been very frustrating. He hasn't even played defense.
And I was surprised UNILAD switched it up to A. B's just been working for both teams, but here's the adjustment from UNILAD. They're going to try and work this flank, which at times can work, but it comes down to that first blood, comes down to those nade hits. Here we go. They're going to try and guess it, and they might have guessed right. They might find a kill here. There we go. Great nades out of UNILAD. They're able to find shocks on that bomb.
You're probably feeling a lot better if you're Shawnee here. Getting a first blood instead of being first blood of the first couple of defenses. Now Shawnee, though, continuing to push through the back. He's working with Alex to try and set up this angle. Now there are 2 players back here for Mindfreak. Can't spot Dens. He should get caught. He's able to peek. He challenges, and Shawnee guns him and gets a safety. Not traded yet, but finally it will come through. 3-on-2 advantage for UNILAD. Dens just trying to get where he can, but Alex there and able to take it. It's now going to fall on Fida. It was a 1v3, now a 1v2. 30 seconds to go. He does have bomb in hand. How does he opt to play this? It looks like he's like, screw it. Yeah, I know they were near B. Let's get the hell out of there. Try and get this bomb planted today. He's just got to go. Just got to go.
And if he's able to get this bomb down and just finds one pick, if UNILAD are at all separated, this gets very interesting. You can see both players from UNILAD still towards his B side. What does he tend to do? So he's going to go towards their side.
Now, he has a sub here. No STG. Does that change how he plays this a bit, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I think he's trying to find one. You can see how he's maneuvering the map. He's trying to find a pick. And while he might get caught, he's very loud. There's no way Weston doesn't hear him. Yeah, you see that arrow turn around. See number 6 turn around as well. That's Alex. And he found a timing, but Alex with the bar able to clean him up. Yeah, you saw what he was trying to do. A player with an STG probably sits on that barrel, sits stable side, watches an angle. Maybe every 10 seconds is checking that bomb.
But he knows he's got Wuskin on the other end, right? You know you can't be taking a long-range gunfights. You have to hunt. I mean, if he had Mountain or some kind of quiet class, maybe he gets under red and is able to win it.
Probably makes the play.
But you saw Wuskin call it out. Alex turn around immediately, and then it makes it so much harder. Just stomping around. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of how you had to play that with a sub. All right, 3-2. Advantage for Mindfreak. So despite the fact that UNILAD are able to get that first blood.
So UNILAD go back to B, which I don't blame them, right? A didn't work. In their first B hit works, which is why I'm surprised they switched it up. And they're going to get this plant. Now 4 versus 4, though. The one difference is they don't have a first blood yet. Weston, he's able to find Dens on the flank, stuns him, and then backs on up. And very similar to the last round, what UNILAD did. Mindfreak gonna try hit a 3 towards that flank. Here come the nades. Can they find a kill? Where's the follow-up? The follow-up has to be there. That's the difference.
Maybe a nade missed, or they didn't have one to use. You do have a smoke, so that might help with the entry here. Can they find Wuskin? There's so much pressure coming in. Wuskin's gonna line up a couple. There's 1, there's 2. 3rd pushes from the back. He challenges that, and Wuskin continues to be electric.
Yeah, great play by Weston. And Mindfreak, I don't mind the call, but where's the follow-up need? You have to get that first blood. And then there was about, what, 20 seconds left in the round, and then they go. Like, just wasting a little bit too much time right there on that retake situation. The difference is UNILAD, when they play the retake, they hit their nade. That nade opens up so many opportunities for them.
Yeah, and I'm just not sure if there was a second that missed or what. Well, obviously, you know, when they threw theirs, the bomb was still getting planted, maybe a little bit easier to predict. The bomb, it was post-plant, and they're trying to guess where the members are. So a little bit different of a scenario. But let's take a look at the grenades come in on this B site.
There you go, Shawnee.
Fida, Shocks flying in. Shawnee's able to get in. There's the first blood for him, and snaps onto the second. Wow. Rips Shocks off the bomb site, and that's a bomb site to UNILAD.
And there we go. That's what was so annoying for Luminosity yesterday was Shawnee. Such a playmaker inside that B site. It was shut down a couple of times, but this time he timed it a little bit differently. He had some help, and well, he ripped off 2 faces. So great play out of Shawnee.
And look where the bomb is. Ugh.
And now it's a 4 versus 2. 50 seconds left.
I mean, good thing is you have a lot of time, like you mentioned. But the bomb just in such a tough spot.
Yeah, and I love the setup as well. Like, they're giving them nothing, no opportunity. It's almost like they're trying to retake it, like the bomb's planted. Hello?
He waited to say hi.
Yeah, I guess. Buzzo's like, I got this. Buzzo's got this.
Just want to make sure. Just make sure he was guaranteed the kill.
Absolutely.
Didn't want to, you know, have that angle. Suddenly he strafes, gets out of it, able to win the one-on-one. Just make sure he has a guaranteed kill. I like the trigger discipline there.
More worried if Den saw him.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But there we go. Great adjustments from UNILAD just on both offense and defense, I think. It's 2 defensive rounds in a row that they've won. One time they deflate, the second time they get right back into that site. I imagine the next offense you see something different from Mindfreak.
And look at that, 4 streak for Wuskin, 4 in a row for Shawnee. The threat of streaks growing. Wuskin with the first blood. That's now 5 for UNILAD. 5 are going to get picked. Alex, both players that got to the side, Alex able to pick off with the STG. Now it's just Buzzo in a 1v3.
He's in a good position. If I'm UNILAD, oh, they don't have the bomb. Stun goes out. He's in a good position. He's behind the bomb site, able to find one. Has a stun and a nade as well. Oh, he peeks off of it. He just strafes off of it for 1 second. He loses that gunfight.
Yeah, he wins that second one.
Watch him come off this. Watch him come off to the right. I mean, yeah, he got wall banged.
Yeah, that final blow, but I do think you're right. It hit kind of left side of the bomb side when he wide peeked. And I don't think he did that. I don't think he's intentionally coming off the bomb. It's one of those scary gunfights. But it was a winnable 1v3. But UNILAD now 4 in a row. 5-3 advantage. Wuskin and Alex take it over the game. Shawnee
was on a 4 spree, right? Yeah, so, I mean, they're basically around, it's like 14-1 right now.
Shawnee's just, I mean, he rebounded after a very frustrating early couple of rounds, specifically on the defensive end. So, great composure from him.
So, Mindfreak, they're going to do this delayed. So, what they're trying to do, what the difference right now is they want Shawnee to be in a position where they can nade him. But Den's in Shocks. So there go the nades from UNILAD. And Shocks is like, okay, well, now I'm going to plant this. Because UNILAD sent no presence into B. This is really a perfect situation for Mindfreak.
You still have 1 nade on Alex.
And I like this. They get away from the bomb, right? If you're going to nade it, where are you going to nade? Either behind the tower or behind the bomb site.
Yeah, Wuskin and Alex need to work together here to maybe get a pick, but time's just dwindling. 30 seconds down the clock. They got to start to make a play. Buzzo's been spotted. Wuskin now trying to get into position. Zed able to cross the tower. They've all backed up except
Mindfreak. They kept their nades. You hear all those nades going off. That's Mindfreak nades right now, trying to find a kill.
If you're Alex, you at least are able to pick up a glide bomb. You see there's already a mount now for a lot of these players. You've got 3 streaks now on UNILAD. They're going to lose the round. But a lot of utility here to close it out.
Yep, I like that play from Mindfreak, though. Very good job. Great discipline. And the reason they held onto their nades, you saw Shocks and Den sort of like scouting the site, sort of like playing around that door, L-triggering left and right. And as soon as they saw those nades go off by the bomb, they knew they could get that plant for free. So a lot of mind games being played right now on both sides. But as you said, a lot of streaks.
Yeah, a lot of streaks. Can Mindfreak survive this? Oh, sorry, 4 streaks, because Alex got everything in 1 glide bomb on Wuskin, and his streak's not even done yet. He's got 6 in a row.
Looks like we have Mountain, so.
That would have been a huge first blood.
Oh, he almost gets wallbanged as well. Oh, Shocks gets picked off. Zed played very disciplined. There we go. That's going in. Buzzo doesn't have it on.
Super dead. Super dead.
Yeah, now it's a 1 versus 4 for Dens.
Dens needs to do the miraculous here if he's going to push this to around 11.
That's 1. Finds a second.
Shot. Oh my God. Suddenly very doable if he can get the 1v4, but he tries to get out window, and UNILAD ready and waiting. They've now got a 2-0 edge. Looked like there was a chance to go to around 11, but Wuskin, I believe, ends in a 7 streak. Wanted no part of it. There's your final kill and the victory to UNILAD.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about scraps, but Wuskin is playing at a ridiculous level right now.
He absolutely is. He has been fantastic, and now this is just getting scarier for Mindfreak. As you know, we mentioned at the very start of this matchup, their CTF has been abysmal. They've only really got one victory.
Were they 1 in
there.
5?
Yeah, 1 in 5 or 1 in 4. So they've been very, very poor there. And now they have to win this CTF to give themselves a hope in this best of 5. Guys, don't go anywhere. A lot of incredible matches remaining today at the Call of Duty World League. We will be right back. Arden Forest CTF up next. Mindfreak 1-5 in the mode, but Joe, as you mentioned earlier, their only victory came on Arden Forest, so that at least bodes somewhat well for them. But you're also facing an 0-2 hole against UNILAD right now, so
yeah, UNILAD 1-1, and we talked about it, sort of before game one started. The 2 times we've watched UNILAD play Arden for CTF was one against Rise Nation, which they had a very good first half in, but they ended up losing that one. It was close though, they contended. And then the second time was against Optic Gaming, and they beat Optic Gaming on that. So UNILAD, you have to favor them right now in this game mode, just based on how they looked against 2 of the best teams in the world.
UNILAD continuing to show that they are the real deal. Can they close this out with a 3-0? That'd be 2 quick 3-0s to start the day. Right now it's Dens and Fida kind of working together through Bell. The spawn going to come in kind of no man's for Alex, and he's going to wrap back immediately. Almost catches Dens as he pushes through, but he actually gets caught with an 8 in his hand, so flag is going to be out. Wuskin can't get to the edge in time, but look where Shawnee is. Shawnee kind of at rock outside of cabin. He's in a position to make this very difficult to go through, and, well, you still have Wuskin here at Fire Cut.
Yeah, I think both teams sort of know it's sort of a stalemate. You look at the Mindfreak side, 8-5, they're not moving from their base. They know the counter opportunity is there for UNILAD. The 2 players on Mindfreak with the flag aren't moving, so who's going to be the first to go? And it looks like right now no one is. You have Alex though in a good position. As you said, Shawnee, there we go. Buzzo finds 1. Everybody's going to react off that. 2 go down for UNILAD. Zed gets taken down by Dens. The last player up is Wuskin in an impossible situation, but he does find 2. Does find 2, but you can see Dens wrap back with Fida, and this has really been the duo. The Dens Fida duo. He finds a 3rd. Wuskin right now finds shocks off spawn, but Fida just flies that flag in. Able to find it, but that got scary right there.
Well, and Wuskin made maybe a counter, well, not maybe a counter opportunity possible. At least UNILAD to get in a nice map position here, so Mindfreak can't, get any kind of rally going to get going forward. But what's scary, though, is you start out 4-0 for Fida and you get the score, so you have the full streak. So even if UNILAD is able to apply some pressure here, you have some things to work with to push them back.
Yeah, and I think the big play is that Fida and Dens sort of pushed together around Bell. UNILAD just didn't expect that, right? You even saw it with Alex when he gets caught with that nade early on. Investing in that glide bomb right away. They want to get out of their base, not able to find anything though. They do get information, but we'll see. Once again, Mindfreak, they cannot move. They are trapped back bridge, and you have a couple of players already in ruins. You have Alex, he's locking down cabin right now. There we go, Wuskin able to find 2. He had Mountain on, so he wasn't able to spot that player, make it 3, and Dens now the last player alive, and he gets shut down.
Wuskin will spawn in with streaks though. No, sorry, not Wuskin spawn in with streaks. Fida will spawn in with the streaks, and now he's going to be able to call this in.
I just try to get the guys in their base. I mean, nice shots onto the flag carrier, but I'm just making sure we can get the flag out. And it finds a 3rd as well. He just randomly shot and found Alex.
Unbelievable stuff there, and that's going to be another pull here for Mindfreak. Flag in the hand of Buzzo as they're off to the races. The flag's still hot, though, in ruins, so that touch is going to come in on the other end for Zed. Shawnee taking a gunfight from top ruins that he's able to secure, and now a bit of a stalemate. You don't really have a great streak to work with to maybe retake this. Yes, you have the artillery, but
I mean, if he goes to the back base, like behind bunker, you can call it in.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, obviously you would love to have a glide bomb here, or that fighter pilot. But as I was saying with that fighter pilot, I think we see a lot of teams sort of just chase the flag carrier. They're not able to find him when he has Mountain on, and then they don't worry about the guys defending the flag.
That was an impressive fighter pilot. He missed a shot, just snapping from player to player.
Probably a little bit of luck, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah. Alex takes the gunfight there in U, and now bit by bit, UNILAD layer the map as they start to move forward. There's 1 player laying behind the cart. He hears him stomp by, so Alex.
Yeah, Buzzo's got to be careful. There we go, backs up.
Fida should be traded up, but Wuskin can't actually trade it immediately because he's in a gunfight with the player back bridge. He'll get pushed with the pistol of Fida, and that's gonna kind of stop the push from UNILAD for now. Under 90 seconds on the clock, both flags still out.
And if you're Mindfreak, you're obviously not mad because you have the 1-0 lead, but this is the more favored side, right? So if you're UNILAD, I mean, maybe you just keep it 1-0. Obviously, you're trying to get this flag back, make it 1-1, but you don't want it to go the other way where Mindfreak gets the flag cap, then they counter again, and it's 3-0 just like that. So you have to be very cautious for both of these teams.
Zed might go into the half 1-4, and there's nothing he can even do about it right now because he's the flag carrier. He's just hanging out like, guys, I want to get involved in the action. And he's who I think he kind of like to be able to get into a position, play fast and aggressive, but he's the one that's going to be on flag duty for now.
Would be very interesting if there wasn't like a flag reset timer, and you could like drop it,
right?
Kind of make like a 4-man push.
I make it wild for sure. Dens picks up one, but answered almost immediately. Fida still has that artillery to work with.
And Buzzo's not leaving his side. Like, you just see Buzzo. Yeah, he's watching this side.
A number of engagements in this first 5 minutes is staggering. Staggeringly low.
We're gonna have a 6 minute as well in that extra time, so don't you worry. But I think UNILAD kind of recognized the situation. Like, they're only gonna be down 1, going into the more favorable side. I don't mind the play at all.
Well, especially considering the fact how early in the game the score came and the fact that Fida got full streaks in the right at the beginning. Yeah. You definitely survived an early onslaught from Mindfreak. 50 seconds now in the extra time. We're averaging about a kill per minute right now.
There we go, though. 2 kill.
Here they go. They can get a score. How big would that be? Everybody's dropping except the flag carrier. Shock's going to have to make plays in the back. Trying to find it. He's going to get beamed. Still plenty of time on the clock. There's the return. There's the score. And now you feel really good about the half for UNILAD.
Even better right there for UNILAD. Great plays by Shawnee, and then, you know, that one-on-one Shock's challenges. I think he could have bought enough time. He has that PPSH in that position. But yeah, there was a bronze star. Westian made it very dangerous. That first slide that went in there, but great half from UNILAD. As you said, you know, Mindfreak, they use the glide bomb, they use the fighter pilot. There's only the artillery now. We'll see now how Mindfreak try to use that. They're obviously going to try and get them in their base. You know, get them back bridge spawning there and call that in.
Let's see if Mindfreak can have another nice opening. It was a great play by Fida and Dens, kind of a 2-on-2. Well, Fida dead immediately. Shawnee peeks again and almost just lights Buzzo up off that tree stump.
I think he was just trying to weaken him up and hoping that nade hit him, right? So obviously Buzzo in such a good position right there behind that tree stump, like you were saying. Alex now the last guy left. So Mindfreak, they're getting that cabin control. The next thing up on their list is definitely Ruins. As you can see, number 5 and 7, they're making sure nobody overextended, similar to what happened on that first half with Fida and Dens.
Zed's shooting his gun for the first time in 4 minutes.
Yeah. It's probably like, can I warm up again?
Yeah, right, exactly.
But load some bots up.
We'll see if he can get involved in the action. As the 1 and 5, you know, not really his fault, just kind of how that half went.
Mindfreak are so worried about where Alex was because they didn't kill him off spawn. Like, you see how they're playing? Like, Shocks and Fight are not leaving. They're not leaving bunker right now. And, well, this is an interesting CTF so far.
Yeah, I thought Mindfreak's team froze for a second. Oh, there we go. Some of them starting to move. Wuskin inching his way up in map. They know that Dens is able to get to that rock. They want to clear him out and really start the push. Another kill comes in, though. You have an advantage here. You still have to deal with Dens at the rock. He tries to focus on that but gets shots at him from bunker. They are finally able to isolate and kill the player at rock, but the forward troops drop during the action.
Yes, and now it's a fight for mid-map control once again for both of these sides.
Never seen that.
Never. Zed just warming up. He's going to get pressured, though. Shocks is starting to push on up. Good job.
He is not.
There we go. A couple of kills go in. If they're able to get Shawnee out, this is when I think you see that artillery. All right, I think you wait here. You wait until the spawns come up. Well, they're just going to, they're not even going to worry about it. They're not going to call in that artillery.
There it is.
Well, now they do, but.
Now they drop it in the back. A couple players die on the push. Yeah, you really have 2 players remaining here. It's going to be a 2-on-2 as the push does come in. The artillery dropped in the back line, which is not giving Shawnee the best line of sight, but he's playing it to safety. Now going to start to push forward. Dins is going to go ahead and grab that flag. Can't get away, though. Shawnee here ready and waiting. Shocks now into the action. Shawnee wants none of that. Fida finally able to trade it out, but the reinforcements continue to come in on the defensive side for UNILAD. The return is there, and now they can get out of their base. 2.5 to go here in the second half, and a team just looking for some separation.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's just too aggressive with that artillery strike. I don't know who that first player was that went down on that push, but there's no need for that. You have Buzzo cabin side, you had everything you kind of wanted, and both of them pushed up to that armored tank. Just wait for the spawns to come up. As soon as that happens, you call that in. You know there's going to be at least 3 players back there. Just force them in very uncomfortable positions. Instead, though, they had numbers the entire time. Now UNILAD attacking bunker side. Nice shots from Wuskin. Shocks, though. Kind of the last guy left. He does have help from Fida, but Zed able to pick up big couple of kills. Here's maybe that opportunity for UNILAD. There's a bait and switch. Zed finds that 3rd kill. Flag is away.
Zed finally involved from 2 kills to 5 in an instant, and they may have been the big ones. Flag is out, players dead, and the troops running on home. It is a 2-1 edge and very close to streaks is Zed. It's a feel-good moment for him and a very frustrating map.
Yeah, that's a great point as well. Yeah, I mean, he was 2-5, 2-6. And then he explodes right there at the end.
Oh, he was 2-8. I mean, he just got those 3 kills in a row.
That's like a 6.
Your angle.
Yeah.
But no, what a play.
It's a big TV.
Kind of waiting in this close pocket, not able to get away. 2 go down.
It's a good chance for Mindfreak.
Absolutely. Alex, though, waiting in the smoke. Challenges at the edge. Second gunfight's a sick one, but the flag does get taken out. Shawnee can't get the angle. Dins is able to get away, tosses a stun back, but Zed on the overextension. He'll get Wuskin to spawn with him. They're going to get a touch. And now we'll head back into a stalemate, but UNILAD, the team with the lead.
Yeah, so 50 seconds left. Fight it. He's trying to push up. Nice stun, though. Oh, Wuskin's not there. He has a good opportunity to get both of those kills. Shocks, though, he gets taken down on the UNILAD side. So as you said, back into a stalemate. And if you're UNILAD, just lock that mid-map control down. You have Wuskin here at that wood wall. It's going to be the first defense for Mindfreak. How are they going to get past him? There we go. Buzzo rips him off that wall. Nice shots from him. Shawnee, though, not aware of the flank, and here we go. The pressure is now on for UNILAD. Can Mindfreak send this into overtime? Zed, he's trying to get away. I like that play. Trying to get it towards that cabin. Wuskin comes off spawn. Just one player left in Shocks. I mean, pretty soon you're going to have to send the flag guy.
Yeah, I think
you have to.
Now you have to, yeah. We're going to head into extra time, and I think Dins has got to get involved now. You only have, like, what, one solid attempt, maybe 2?
I think 1.
Yeah.
I think as soon as you get map control, you send him. I think if you can get Alex out of cabin, you have to go.
He's still holding in bunker, worried about the player in cabin.
I go right now. I get to cabin. I peek ice cut right now if I'm Dens. Instead, it's a 3 versus 4. The spawn's already in. The spawns are up now. Now he finally goes, but it might just be too late.
Yeah, by the time he gets in, fight is...
And he has to run all the way back?
Yep. Nice shots from Buzzo, but it's not enough. Now he's by himself. Yeah, I think he had to go a little bit earlier, like you mentioned. Once that first kill came in, just bring everybody, but now just not enough time to get the kills and get the flag back. So this looks to be a UNILAD 3-0. They continue.
5-2.
That's incredible. I mean, think about, like, a team that looked really good in the first division that's 5-2, like EG. EG looked great. They're 5-2. Like, 5-2 is an incredible record. UNILAD are great, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, and again, I mean, we saw them week 1, and we're like, wow, we were worried about Optic and Rise. Like, they got taken to the limit, but little did we know UNILAD are the real deal at 5-2. On the other side, you have Mindfreak. They did pick up some wins. They had a big win over United, but they're sitting at 2-5. But the way this division is playing out, there's still very much a chance for them to get in the playoffs in those second 2 weeks. You obviously have Anaheim next weekend. And then they'll come back for their second set of games, and we'll see if they can make the magic happen for APAC.
First series of the day, United handled business with a 3-0. Second one, UNILAD handled business with a 3-0. It looks to be a quick final day of week 2, but we've got some big matches still to come.
Yeah, we didn't think it was going to be big, but LG and Complexity, man.
Yeah, I mean, 3-3 for Complexity, 2-4 for Luminosity, a huge one for both teams, and then the one a lot of people have been waiting for, Optic Gaming versus Rise Nation, will close out the night. That should be a slugfest, you would think.
You would think so. We thought we were going to have a slugfest last Thursday in the last match of the day, but yeah, I think this is going to be a
got slugged. There was a couple punches thrown, just nobody fought back.
And the reason I think this is going to be a slugfest is both teams have lost now, right? You have Optic who have dropped a game, you have Rise who dropped a game, and I think both just want to prove that they're the best team in the world, because I think a lot of people throw in Red Reserve potentially, you know, EG, but these two are really the juggernauts. They know this is it, man. It's gonna be a fun match later on.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to that one for sure. But back to this series, I mean, UNILAD just play incredible. They look so strong. Screw being one of the top teams in Europe. They're looking like one of the top teams in the world. But guys, coming up next, it's gonna be Complexity, Luminosity. We'll be right back.
It has been a day of 3-0s here, and we're going to break down all of the action. Welcome back to the CWL Pro League. My name is Rich. I am going to be your host, and I am joined by my expert analyst, Nameless, guys, and we're going to just let you know everything that did go down there. Was there anything that stood out to you, Nameless, inside of that series?
Wuskin's having
how did that go, Nameless? How did it go?
Wuskin having a standout performance. UNILAD obviously winning a 3-0 victory over Mindfreak. That is a decently tough opponent, and they look good while doing it. You know, Wuskin's had another standout performance, so big shout out to him. The engagements were extremely low in that first and third map. It just kind of seems as if UNILAD play the map, you know, structured to the point where they don't need to do anything that's, you know, not necessary or that's unnecessary. They trade, they push effectively, and their setups are perfect. So shout out to UNILAD. Before we jump into and really talk about everything that happened in the series, look at the maps, Nameless, I do want to ask, what do you think UNILAD can do overall in this league? I think UNILAD...
I'm interested about this one as well.
UNILAD can push to, I think, a top 2 placing in this division. They're looking incredible. They've shown that they can beat top teams, and you know they can just beat up on the lower end of the spectrum. So I think UNILAD can easily get top 2 in this division. You think top 2 now, not just top 4? Oh, definitely. I think if Optic Gaming lose to Rise and they sort of start having a falling out, or Rise start, you know, Anaheim can change everything. If one of those teams, you know, start losing or start losing confidence, they can definitely fall to UNILAD in their next series. Yeah, I think we definitely do need to be thinking about Anaheim just a little bit, but let's look at these maps. Let's look at how this series went. UNILAD going to be able to take it, as we said here on the desk, me and Nameless, UNILAD able to do it convincingly, 3-0 fashion, looking dominant. Now Nameless is saying potentially even a top 2 team. Before we jumped into this, we said Wuskin just overperforming. Does he do that again for you here? Because for me, the scuff play of the game just has to go to him. He manages to get this 3-piece. Yeah, I mean, Wuskin's obviously one of the best ARs in the game at this point, and this 3-piece is crazy. He just turns around, he catches 2 people in the back. Obviously, they just had no idea where he was coming from, and he ends up getting this last kill right here, right in front of him, just winning a crazy gunfight, anticipating Dens, turning that corner, going for the trade. And Wuskin showing off some talent there in a one-on-one gunfight. That's your play of the game presented by Scuff. Congratulations to Wuskin. We already started to talk about that series. 2 3-0s today, and we talked about just how important this can be to the overall division. We need to start looking forward to the next matchup as well. Kind of the theme here today as we see all of our series to close out the day. Complexity, Luminosity, Optic Gaming, and Rise Nation going to be those final 2 before we get to Anaheim, and they are going to have huge implications overall to this division. Who's your pick right now going into Complexity versus Luminosity? I mean, who